Welcome to the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast. The Lions Pride Sports Broadcast is sponsored by Let Bryan Enterprises Family Entertainment be your one-stop shop for your party entertainment needs. If you're in need of balloon twisters, face painters, or bounce houses, just give them a call at 512-846-3334. If you're looking to rent a mascot costume or to hire a children's performer to appear as a superhero, princess, or one of their 85 other merry mascots, reach out to them. Bryan Enterprises Family Entertainment has been entertaining families in Caldwell County for 2 decades. Bozo the Hozo, the Christian Clown, the first entertainer for the company, has entertained thousands at the Lockhart Chisholm Trail Roundup Parade over the years. Family entertainment and family engagement are 2 phrases that are a part of Bryan Enterprises' core values. Whether it's motivational speaking at school assemblies, or writing children's books, or training personnel to engage fathers in the community, children and families are always at the heart of this organization. To find out more about Bryan Enterprises, feel free to check them out on social media or visit their website at bryant-enterprises.com. Changing Faces Barbershop has been serving the Lockhart and surrounding communities since 2009. Head barber and owner Lex Jennings and staff pride themselves on being a hip urban barbershop. For shaves, not only do we hit you with our Precessional Andes trimmers, we offer a close shave and edge up with a straight razor. If you're really wanting to be pampered, let us give you one of our famous hot towel shaves. For cuts, Changing Face barbers are all top of their class and are able to pull off any style, whether it's a mohawk, classic cut, fade, taper, or design. We pride ourselves on our talent, our drive, and want to give our clients the best experience available. For all styles, from the newest trends to old school cuts, our barbers here at Changing Faces have the skills to transform your look and feel. With over 10 years of combined experience, our barbers are on the cutting edge of the barber world. Come by one of our 2 locations, 2000 West San Antonio Street in Lockhart, Texas, and 900 Bug Lane, Suite 115 in San Marcos, Texas. Or go to our website at cfbarbershop.com. When confronted with an auto accident, life can't come to a screeching halt. That's why Chayos Paint and Body is devoted to making the repair process as smooth as possible with their state-of-the-art technology, frequent status updates, and a 24/7 customer service center to help you every step of the way. With our state-of-the-art body shop and paint facility, repairing your car is a breeze. We are fully equipped with a powerful frame-straightening bay, expansive body shop, and our semi-down, downdraft paint booth. Our automotive repair services include everything from oil changes, brake repair replacement, and suspension work to sophisticated mechanical repairs. Whatever your needs, we can offer premium service, affordable cost, and great customer service. These are just some of the differences that make Chayos Paint and Body the best choice for your car's recovery and automotive repair. Hazlet Drilling Incorporated are proud supporters of the community by sponsoring Youth League programs, T-Ball Express, Boys Junior League, Boys Coach Pitch, and Girls Coach Pitch teams. Established in 1978 by George Hazlet, Hazlet Drilling Incorporated was formed to provide quality water drilling service to farms and surrounding ranches. As the company grew, so did the spectrum of services to meet the growing needs of dedicated customers. Today, Hazlet Drilling is the leading water well, oil, and gas drilling company, known for quality work and one-on-one customer service. Hazlet Drilling and Supply is located at 915 Old McMahon Road in Lockhart, Texas. Or you can call 512-398-6682. If you're in need of mechanical care, take your vehicle to Car Care Automotive, located at 1313 North Colorado Street in Lockhart, Texas. Owner and head mechanic Alex Juarez will give your vehicle the care it needs to get back on the road. Alex has over 30 years of mechanic work and is ASE certified. Whether your vehicle is gas or diesel, bring it to Car Care Automotive or call 512-668-4555 to schedule a visit. Mention that you heard this ad on the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast and get a free oil change with your automotive repair. If you're ready to lose weight fast, reach out to the Tim Torres Fitness Facebook page and chat with Tim. Tim has helped thousands of people all over the world in person and online through his mobile app and custom meal plans. So contact Tim Torres via Facebook and start losing weight today. Just look for Tim Torres Fitness on Facebook. Vest Auto Detail, located 1 block from beautiful downtown Lockhart, Texas, at 301 South Main Street. At Vest Auto Detail, they offer window tinting, paint correction, ceramic coating, and are considered the best in Caldwell County. When it comes to auto detailing, if you want the best, just book with Vest. Vest Auto Detail. Call 512-227-1511 to schedule your vehicle for a visit. Do you suffer with headaches, back pain, or neck pain? Chisholm Trail Clinic of Chiropractic's mission is to provide hope, healing, and health to the people of Lockhart and the surrounding area through natural chiropractic care. Dr. Peterson has been voted Best Chiropractor for the last 9 years. Call Chisholm Trail Clinic of Chiropractic to begin your path to hope, healing, and health. You can find Chisholm Trail Clinic of Chiropractic at 731 South Colorado Street in Lockhart, Texas, or you can call for an appointment at 512-668-4163. And now, live from the Lions Pride broadcast booth, the original voice of Lockhart Lion Sports, Emilio the Sarge Juarez.
just be like,
welcome to game number 14 and broadcast number 14 here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast for the Lockhart Lions Varsity Baseball Tournament here in 2021. And I got to say is, wow, 3 days of baseball coming to an end with game number 14. And it'll be the St. Andrew Highlanders versus the Lockhart Lions. And I'm Emilio Sarge-Watt is going to be bringing all the play-by-play as I have throughout the last 3 days. And right beside me, my co-host, color commentary, TD Tom Dunn. And I tell you, man, it's been a long weekend.
well, longer for you than it has for me. I've only joined you for a handful of these games. The Sarge has been up here for every single one of them. Of course, when I wasn't here, I was doing baseball of a different kind, doing Little League stuff. But, man, hats off to you, Sarge. That is a lot of games to broadcast. So in the last several days, you've broadcast more games in 4 days than we did the entire football season.
Oh, we sure have. We sure. 3 days.
Yeah, in 3 days than we did in the entire
what I did in the
season.
first 2 days of the weekend tournament was 10 games. And on the field for the Lockhart Lions, on the mound, freshman Jacob Wisnant getting his first start of the year for the Lockhart Lions on the mound. Behind the plate, playing catcher is going to be Rene Delgadillo. Playing first is going to be Gio Roque getting his first action on the base pads for the Lockhart Lions this year. At second base, going to be number 3, Gavin Gomez. At third base, R.J. Torres. Shortstop is going to be Jacob Contreras. Left field is going to be Ethan Bryant. Center field, Jackie Edwards Jr. And in right field is going to be the other freshman, Nicholas Ojeda. And, of course, designated hitter for the Lockhart Lions is going to be Ivan Gonzalez. We'll go through the batting lineup when they come up. And he'll be batting for Jacob Contreras. As for St. Andrews, we're going to go through their batting lineup. Batting first is going to be number 2, Aiden Madoff, playing third. Number 22, Charlie Whelan, batting second, playing first base. Batting third, number 9, Jacob Garcia, the pitcher. Batting cleanup, number 16, Cole Nesconi, playing center field. Number 31, Malcolm Burns, batting fifth in left field. Batting sixth, number 8, Noah Gorlick, playing second. Batting seventh, number 3, Knox Matthews in right field. And batting eighth, number 11, Wes Albin, playing shortstop. And number 23, Reese Carter, rounding out, playing catcher. First pitch is going to be in the dirt for ball 1.
And we saw Jake Wisnant has gotten some action early on this week, playing a lot of right field for Lions. He also came onto the mound last night and threw a few pitches as well. Got the Lions out of an inning there and to the end of the game in a tough loss to the Bastrop squad, who we just saw in an incredible game against the St. Andrews squad. That pitch swung on and hit foul.
That'll be foul for strike 2. And Gavin Gomez is at second tonight.
We've seen him at first quite a bit of the games.
And right away it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Madoff. And I want to welcome everybody to the Lions Pride Sports broadcast of Lockhart Lions Baseball, game number 14, once again, in a 3-day tournament here at the Lockhart Lions Varsity Baseball Tournament here at Lions Field. And game number 14 with the broadcast. And it's been a treat to be able to bring some fantastic baseball out here to you. My name's Emilio Sarge-Waters with all the play-by-play, color commentary guy, TD Tom Dunn right next to me. Ground ball hit to the third baseman, scooped up out to first. Gio Roque has to step off the bag, but great job and placing the tag to get the first out of the game. And great job by the shortstop.
The third baseman, rather.
The third baseman, excuse me.
Then that is R.J. Torres over there. So Torres moving around a little bit as well. We've seen him play some shortstop. We've seen him play out in the outfield as well. Now playing third base.
Doing a little bit of everything.
And we thank everyone we got for joining us. Remember, make sure you share the link to any of your friends that would also like to see the game. And if you have anyone out there that does not have Facebook and would like to see the game, here when we get a break in the action, we'll post the YouTube link. And there it is for you.
And right away is an 0-2 count to the batter. And that is Charlie Whelan, number 22. And he'll be at first base for the Highlanders. Ball's going to be popped up behind home plate. And Rene Delgadillo is back behind the plate today. And want to give a couple of quick shout-outs. Amy Marie said, let's go Lions. Ethan, number 1 fan. Nick Stray, let's get this done, Lions. Kathy Stanley, let's go RJ and Lions. Guillermo Roque, I just posted the YouTube link, sir. Kent Riddle, hello, friends. All is good. Our QA back at home, Mr. Riddle. And we'll talk about him here more in a little bit, so your ears might be ringing a little bit, Mr. Riddle. But we are here 0-2 as the freshman Jacob Wisnant's way ahead on the batter. A swing and a little pop-up. Bounces right in front of the shortstop. Out to first and won't be able to get it in time. Little miscommunication out there is going to be dropped. That ball is going to drop in for an error.
Contreras and Torres there couldn't quite decide between them which one was going to make it. Look like that ball may have even bounced up off Contreras' foot, giving him a kind of a second chance at it, but unable to field it before it touched the ground and runner on base.
And the freshman Wisnant so far throwing strikes.
You're on your toes, Renee, on your toes.
And that ball is going to be outside for ball 1. I want to give a shout out to, once again, Kent Riddle from Kent Riddle Properties. As you can see the scoreboard at the bottom of the screen, you can follow along with us throughout the game. And that's all because of the wonderful sponsorship of Kent Riddle and Kent Riddle Properties as you're looking at the Kent Riddle Properties scoreboard. And follow the game along with us with that. And as well as, once again, Kent Riddle back at home QAing for us, making sure that we sound good and look good out here. Of course, the camera's not on us, or else we'd be looking pretty terrible right now, especially myself. But we're here for Game 14. And right away, Jacob Garcia has a 2-0 count swinging on the 2-0 pitch in the dirt. It's going to be foul for strike 1. And last night, the Lockhart Lions had a rough time at the plate as they came across a fellow by the name of Reagan Hibbs, who struck out 11 Lockhart Lion batters. But tonight, St. Andrews will be in the final game of the tournament against the Lockhart Lions. The 2-1 pitch is going to be a curveball outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Charlie Whelan at first base.
We saw Whelan on the mound last game for St. Andrews.
Chopper down to third. Out to 2 to get 1. Early slide by Whelan down to 1. Then double play to end the inning.
Great job of the Lions to get behind their pitcher there and get a double play to get him out of the inning, leaving 1 on base for St. Andrews.
Yeah, my apologies. Whelan wasn't sliding early. He was just ducking down to get out of the way. Great job. And great sportsmanship at that because he really doesn't have to. And great job and great sportsmanship by Whelan to slide and get out the way. And that'll do it for the top half of the first inning as we head over to the bottom of the half. And right now we're going to have a special okay. We'll catch him at the bottom half of the first inning. Okay, we got him. All right, right now we're going to have a special guest coming on, and he's going to don the headsets here in a couple of seconds. That's going to be the head coach for the junior varsity baseball team. That's going to be Coach Hull. And the first game of the season, they took on the Cedar Creek Eagles here at Lions Field, and they came out strong. And I believe it was a 14-4 victory, if I'm correct. And Coach Hull catches up on that. How you doing, sir?
I'm awesome.
We've been able to share the broadcast booth here for the last 3 days now, and the final score was 17-7. And Coach Hull, you've been on the scoreboard, and talk about the junior varsity game as they started off with the win, and it had to be a huge win for everybody on the squad.
We're obviously as a junior varsity team, we're young. We've got a lot of guys that have never played high school baseball before. So everything that we're doing is all new. So the kids are really excited about it. And, you know, when scrimmages got erased because of the ice storm, and we go into our first real game, and the kids are just really excited, and we got off to a good start. It was a great, you know, building block.
Right. Now, talk about the, you know, of course, during the 17-7 win, there are some highlights in the game. Can you let us know what a couple of those highlights were for the junior varsity team?
Really, really good start. We were heading 9-0 at the end of the first inning. So that's anytime you jump on somebody and get a 9-run first inning on them, it's a great start. It takes the pressure off, and you know, kids can just relax and play because they're, you know, to make a mistake, it doesn't hurt anything. You're up 9 runs. So.
But it makes it fun.
You bet. The kids, they thought that was big fun.
Yeah.
Winning is a lot of fun, and that's what Coach Honeycutt and his staff and you know, myself included, are all committed to, is changing the culture and developing a winning culture. And I think you're seeing some of that tonight with some of the changes that they've done position-wise with the varsity. And
we've seen several different position changes throughout the tournament. And as we get into the batting, we'll get back with you at the end of the first inning. As leadoff batter Rene Delgadillo steps up to the plate, the catcher for the Lockhart Lions, and on deck for the Lions going to be number 19, R.J. Torres, the third baseman. As we get set, as Jacob Garcia is the pitcher on the mound for the Highlanders. First pitch is on the way. It's going to be high and inside.
Yeah, Coach, feel free to keep that headset on as we go through the game here. And that's all right. You can definitely fill into my spot and give us a little color commentary here and there as the coach has had some awesome jewels of wisdom for me as I called a couple games over the last few days.
Yeah, 1-0 pitch. And Delgadillo looked at it for ball 2.
Delgadillo is an interesting study because he has been an outfielder his whole career, and we kind of out of necessity moved him behind the plate, and he's got great feet. You know, he's a safety in football, so he's got good speed, good athleticism, good strength, good feet. He's given us a huge lift behind the plate because he's really been good back there. He's got a good arm, he blocks the ball well, and he's for what he lacks in, you know, polish behind the plate, he makes up for it with his athleticism.
And he sure does. Right now, he's ahead in the count, 3 balls, 1 strike.
And he can hit.
On the football field and the diamond.
Yeah.
3-1 pitch and swing. And it's going to be fouled back, and Delgadillo is going to be looking at a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As the Lions were able to get away with no runs to the St. Andrews Highlanders, they went down 1-2-3 in the order on a ending double play. And the full count pitch is going to be high, and Delgadillo will reach the base on a walk.
And he shows right there, he's got ice in his veins. You know, that ball 3 inches out in front of his face, big puff of dust from the mitt. He doesn't move a bit.
A couple of more shout-outs we got to give. Leslie Harrell, y'all are doing great. Thank you very much. And I hope y'all could hear the coach now. I turned up his volume. And then to the batter's box, going to be R.J. Torres, the third baseman. Delgadillo at first base. Swing and a miss for strike 1 to R.J. Torres. Tina Martin says, Sarge, thanks for all the time you spent bringing these games to all the fans. Excellent job. Thank you very much. And I couldn't do it with my wife, Blanca Juarez, as she's helped me out greatly throughout this tournament. And can't forget my color commentary guy, T.D. Tom Dunn, for his assistance to help save my voice for this final baseball game. So thank you, T.D., for coming in and enjoying the baseball games with me. A pitch out to first base is not going to be in time, as R.J. Torres is down in the count, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch going to be high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
RJ's really good to have in the 2-hole because he handles the bat well. He can bunt, he can hit run, he's got good speed.
1-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2.
I've noticed the swinging misses RJ has had in the tournament. He's definitely swinging with intention.
And as for the wheeling that we were asking about, it's Welland. 1-2 pitch going to be outside for ball 2. And that'll even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to R.J. Torres. And 2 balls, 2 strikes. Delgadillo at first base. And a pickoff attempt back to first. As you can hear the chatter coming from the home team, Lockhart Lions dugout.
Lockhart definitely a vocal team.
2-2 pitch going to be swung on to the shortstop. Down to 2 for 1, out to 1, and RJ's going to run that one out. So RJ Torres will reach base on a fielder's choice. And that'll bring up number 4, Ethan Bryant, the left fielder for the Lions. And I tell you what, Ethan Bryant has had some clutch hits in the tournament so far. And
well, he's also been hit in the tournament.
Yes.
I heard a shout out for him earlier. I sure hope tonight goes better than it did last night for Ian. Hit twice last night in the game.
he got hit twice last night and then once in the first game of the day yesterday, too. So he got plunked 3 times as Ethan Bryant squared around to show bunt.
Now, that's one way not to get hit by the ball. Get that bat out in front of you.
Yeah. Use it as a shield. And Ivan Gonzalez is on deck for the Lockhart Lions. First pitch going to be low and inside for ball 1 to Bryant. And I want to say probably about half the hits that Ethan Bryant has had in this tournament have come on 2-strike pitches. As Brittany Mendez chimes in and says, let's go RJ. Was able to get on base with the fielder's choice. Bryant squares around to show bunt. Pulls back, and R.J. Torres is stealing second, and he will get there just in time.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what it should look like. Great job by the runner, catcher, and shortstop there. Runner just gets there a little bit ahead.
And that was real close. But R.J. Torres advances to second base on the stolen base. Bryant's looking at a 1-1 pitch. Or 1-1 count. 1 out. Swing and fouls it back to the backstop. And that'll make the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. All right, 1-2 the count. And once again, Ethan Bryant has had most of his hits off of 2-strike pitches. Let's see what he could do right here with the 1-2 count. 1 out. Looks at one in the dirt. Is going to get away from the catcher. Delgadillo is going to get to third base. Or R.J. Torres is going to get to third base, excuse me, and he's going to be in scoring position.
Delgadillo was put out on the fielder's choice.
And that was for the first out of the bottom half of the first inning, as the Lockhart Lions and the St. Andrew Highlanders are both tied at 0 each. No runs apiece. Highlanders was able to get 1 hit in the top of the first inning, but able to do nothing after that as the Lions turned the inning double play. And Ethan almost took the 4th one off his back.
Poor kid. To get him a set of football pads when he goes in there to bat.
He sure does. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, or 3 balls, 2 strikes. Swinging, that's going to foul off of his leg.
It's one of those where you may ask the coach there, why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this?
Why me?
Just watch him stand in there. He doesn't even try to get out of the way. He just wears it and what goes down to first base.
And that makes a great hitter. He's standing in there fearless, and that's what you need to have. Ice water running through your veins as a batter when you step up to the plate each and every time.
And Bryant stands in about the most aggressive position you can in the front corner of the batter's box, leaving very little room for the pitcher to work around on the inside.
At 3-2 full count pitch with 1 out, R.J. Torres at third base. Bryant with the swing and a grounder to second base. It's going to be scooped up out to first. But Bryant will notch another RBI underneath his belt as R.J. Torres is going to score on the ground out, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Ivan Gonzalez. And the Lockhart Lions are up 1-0 here in the bottom half of the first inning with 2 outs.
And Ivan batting cleanup, a little bit of change in the batting order as well today, as we've a lot of times seen Jackie Edwards in that number 4 slot. He'll be in the 5th spot now.
First pitch to Gonzalez is going to be called strike on the outside corner. A little bit of a delayed call by the umpire.
We haven't seen a whole lot of Gonzalez here in the tournament. He pitched a full game on Monday.
Actually, he pitched a full game against Cedar Creek. Yeah, on Monday. That's right.
In the season, I expect you'll hear us calling his name quite a bit more.
And he will wear that one as he is hit by a pitch. And that sounded like that one came off the helmet, and he seems to be fine and okay.
Yeah, he's been on rest. He's done quite a bit of DHing through this tournament, and they used a courtesy runner for him quite a bit. And then last night it seemed that something happened. The umpires kind of said, no, you can't have a courtesy runner.
There was
for
a
him.
little confusion. I talked to Coach Honeycutt about that, and of course the umpires made the wrong call on that one, and they came back at the end of the game to apologize to Coach Honeycutt about that. But Ivan Gonzalez is going to stay in the game. And that brings up the senior Jackie Edwards Jr., center fielder for the Lockhart Lions, as he steps up to the plate, looks at the first pitch high for ball 1.
With the wind blowing out the way it is, they're not giving Jackie a lot of respect here. He's liable to hit one over these outfielders' head.
And a huge gap in right center field as well.
And the outfielder's not playing incredibly deep either.
Yeah, it's going to be inside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Gonzalez at first base.
Last game, we saw the Bastrop left fielder with his back almost to the fence.
And that was with the wind blowing in. Gonzalez sliding back underneath the tag.
Of course, that was also because big Malcolm Burns kept belting him out there, too. Who we'll see here. I can't tell if that's him out there or not. Yep, he is in the lineup, so we'll see him in a little bit.
So 2 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
And Jackie won all of that one.
Of course, Coach Honeycutt giving the green light to Jackie Edwards. 2-1 the count, 2 outs. Lions up 1-0 here in the bottom half of the first inning. Grounder to the third baseman. It's going to be a little hot, and he's not going to be able to scoop it up, and Edwards going to make it to first base on an error.
That ball was hit so hard it was scary.
That's one of those that grounders that put the third baseman back on his heels.
And even after he knocked it down, he almost like kind of took a breath. Okay, I'm all right. Didn't get me.
But great job keeping it in front of him, though, and not trying to force the throw to first base and a possible error to advance the runners. And stepping up to the plate for the first time this season is going to be number 12, Gio Roque, the first baseman for the Lockhart Lions. Looking at the first pitch, low and inside for ball 1.
And, Coach, what of the players in the Lockhart lineup have put one over the fence in practice, do you know?
None.
All about base hits, baby. 1-0 the count to Gio Roque. And he takes a huge cut at that one. And you heard that grunt from up here. And that'll make the count 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, and if you judge by a book by its cover, you'd say that Gio Roque probably does possess the power, especially with the bit of wind he has, to maybe get one over.
1-1 pitch on the way. And he's going to look at that one called strike. And that'll make the count 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 runners on the base paths. Gonzalez at second, Edwards at first. Roque at the plate. Lions leading 1-0.
Gio not too happy with that call, but we've seen it consistently the entire tournament long. All the umpires we've had have definitely given that outside corner an outside edge, even when it's close. They've definitely been giving it to him.
The 1-2 pitch going to be in the dirt. Gets away. Gonzalez on his way to third. Will slide in, and he'll be there safely head first.
Good heads-up base running there by Gonzalez.
And Edwards will advance to second base on the throw to third. So we got 2 runners in scoring position. Ground ball to the outfield should certainly score 2 runs with Edwards at second base. Even though he may not be at full strength, he still has the speed to get home. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. Lockhart Lions leading 1-0 here in the bottom half of the first inning. Still looking to record their first hit of the game. A swing and a drop, third strike, and they're going to get it out to first base, and Roque will go down swinging, and we'll leave 2 runners stranded on the base paths, but not before the Lockhart Lions are able to score 1 run in the bottom half and take the lead. And we're going to go and keep it right here with Coach Hull. And, Coach Hull, talk about some more of the baseball players that you have on the JV squad. You had a young man, Tanner Castillo, came out, did a great job pitching for y'all on Monday night against Cedar Creek. And talk about his performance on the mound.
Tanner pitches. He also catches and plays first and third base. And he was our second pitcher that we used against Cedar Creek. We started Christian Mendez, and he pitched a couple innings. He threw about 35 pitches, and he developed he had like a little cut on his finger, not a blister, but a cut on his pitching hand finger. So we got him out of there and put Tanner out there. Tanner threw, I think, about 68 pitches and pitched 4 innings, and he did a great job. And then Gavin Renteria finished up on that, and he pitched one inning and only threw 5 pitches to get out of the inning. So that was very efficient. We're very pleased with the development of our pitching staff at the JV. We've got probably 7 or 8 kids that we've used in scrimmages or in games or in bullpen sessions to prepare them to pitch in ball games.
Right.
And the kids on that JV team, that's a lot of the kids that Sarge and I have direct contact experience with from coaching them in Little League. All the players you just mentioned actually were on Sarge's team at one time or another.
Well, I tell you got a good squad on your team. Once they get things going, it's going to be hard to get them stopped. As we get back to action here in the top half of the second, Lions leading 1-0 as Cole Nasconi is up at the plate, number 16, the center fielder for the Highlanders. Swinging at the first pitch for strike 1. And, of course, the Highlanders went down in order 1, 2, 3 in the top half of the first on an inning double play. And Nasconi is 0-1 in the count. Wisnett throws an 0-1 pitch, going to be outside for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch going to be outside in the dirt. And Jacob Wisnett was a pitcher and player on a couple of all-star championship teams for Lockhart Little League.
And I don't know that he's been behind the plate in high school, but he spent a fair amount of time catching as well in Lockhart Little League.
Oh, yeah. There's 2 coaches that had a pleasure of coaching Jacob Wisnett, and Keith Plumley and Chris Frey has been 2 of them. And they've really developed this young man pretty good, and it shows being on the freshman squad as a freshman, on the varsity squad as a freshman, but right now he's looking at a full count pitch to Cole Nasconi. And that's going to be high and outside, and Nasconi will get to first base on a walk. And that'll bring up number 31, Malcolm Burns, the left fielder.
Well, and another thing about these freshmen that are on the varsity team, all of them are a product of, playing for those coaches that you just mentioned. And I'll tell you, they're not just placed on varsity because they're super athletes. They're here because they're well-rounded baseball players and really put in the work in the year before they got to high school to be ready for this when they did get here, and they definitely have been so far.
First pitch, swing and a miss to Malcolm Burns, and this is one guy that was a tough out against the Bastrop Bears.
Yeah, this guy's got huge power.
We've seen him hit singles, doubles, triples. We've seen the big men steal bases all the way around, even stealing home in the last game. So just an exciting big man to watch. Really gave me a thrill in the last game, seeing the big man rumble around the bases.
Yeah, right now he finds himself behind in the count as Wisnett took an account to no balls and 2 strikes. Nasconi at first base after getting a walk. Nasconi on the go, swing and a miss. Strike him out, throw him out, and not in time at second base as Nasconi's going to be right there. Great throw by Rene Delgadillo.
Quick reaction, good throw. Could have been, maybe 6 inches to a foot more to the right, but doesn't get too much better than that.
And Jacob Wisnett records his first strikeout as a varsity baseball player. Congrats to that young man. As Noah Gorlek steps up to the plate, the second baseman for the Highlanders. That one's going to be ball outside. Highlanders do have a runner at second base, and that's Nasconi with 1 out.
And the wind really picking up here, up around 20 miles an hour from the look of the flag in center field. Oof.
That one's going to be way inside for ball 2. Of course, the Highlanders lost a close one to the Bastrop Bears as the Bears came back after being down 5 after the top of the 5th and scored, being down 4, and they scored 5 in the bottom half of the 5th on a huge hit from Reagan Hibbs that bounced right close to about the 349-foot mark. Only problem is he hit it 348, but allowed a runner to come from second to score the winning run. And right now, Gorlek is behind up in the count 3-0.
As good as that hit was, that's one that'll keep him up tonight going, why couldn't it go 1 more foot? I guarantee that young man will be thinking about that for days.
And that's going to be a strike called right down the middle as Wisnett looks to work his way back. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top half of the second inning. And that's going to be inside, and Gorlek will walk. And the Highlanders will have 2 runners on the base path. Nasconi on second, Gorlek at first with 1 out. And stepping into the plate is going to be number 3, Knox Matthews, the right fielder.
And the coach telling us earlier in the first game that the first walk batter usually scores. Definitely proved to be right in the last game when he let us know that. Hopefully we'll disprove him here.
Lions playing back in double play depth. Huge breaking ball for ball 1. One-0 pitch on the way. That's going to bounce off of Cole Matthews. He'll reach base being hit by the pitch, and that'll bring up number 11, Wes Aubin.
Dangerous situation here for the Lions as the bases are now loaded and they've only got 1 out.
And as it stands, it is Nasconi at third base, Gorlek at second, Matthews at first.
I like the leadership there from the senior Rene Delgadillo saying, hey, let's get together out here, talk about it, calm down, take a deep breath, and let's get out of this inning.
Well, yeah, a couple of seniors out there talking to him along with Gio Roque.
Also, another invaluable thing you get from your seniors is not just their play, but their leadership, as they've been here a while.
Oh, yeah, so Wes Aubin steps up to the plate. The shortstop looks at the first pitch low for ball 1. One-0 count to Aubin. Pitch is on the way, low and in the dirt once again for ball 2.
Whisnant falling behind to this batter.
2-0 pitch on the way, and that's going to be called strike. Looked like the first 2 pitches just a little bit higher, catching the kneecaps of Albin. Swing and a foul back out of play for strike 2.
Great job of Jacob to fight back, being down 2 balls to bring the count to even.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And Jacob Wisner records his second strikeout.
Hang another one on the fence for Jacob. And that's going to bring up number 23.
Reese Carter. And Reese Carter went 3 for 3 in the last game against Bastrop, stepping up to the plate for the first time today, or this afternoon, in game number 14.
And Reese is the last batter of their lineup. Almost back to the top of the order again.
Bases are jacked with Highlanders. First pitch going to be high for ball 1.
Just a hair high. Again, that high pitch is a hard one to judge from an elevated position up here. They all look like they're right across the belly.
Yes. Swinging a pitch right back to Wisnant, out to first base, and they're going to get the force out at 1. And talking about taking a deep breath, and an exhale of a deep breath.
So Lockhart got the force out at home there, keeping a runner from scoring. Great heads-up play from the freshman to know that all he had to do was go home. And looked like the only decision he had to make is, do I run and get it myself or do a little underhand toss to Renee? Likes to go with a little shovel pitch to him, and that gets Lockhart out of the inning. Great job of Lockhart.
Oh, yeah, and, going bases loaded with only 1 out, and then to be able to come out with no runs. And, of course, Coach, I got to pass it over to you. We talked about, usually walk the first runner, and he usually scores. How impressed were you that the Lions were able to get out of this despite loading the bases?
Jacob caused himself a whole bunch of trouble there by walking 2 guys and hitting a batter. And he got a strikeout that was huge, and then he gets a little nubber off the end of the bat that he turns into an easy toss home for a force play, got out of the inning. I mean, the results are on the scoreboard. He's hung 2 zeros.
Yes.
That's what you call self-redemption there, is he needed no help to get out of that inning there after he had loaded the bases up. So great job erasing, those couple, we won't call them mistakes, but just falling behind there to a couple and putting a few on. Great job by Wisnant to get a handle on it and end it before they can get one across. Lockhart's still up 1.
Oh, yeah, and I got to hand it to Wisnant because as a freshman, you look at the composure of the young man who's able to, go through adversity like that in his first pitching, first time pitching as a varsity baseball player, to be able to hang in there. And as you mentioned, Coach Ho, he walked 2 batters, hit 1. But he was able to come up with 2 big strikeouts, and then, of course, the ground out to end the inning with bases loaded. Says a lot for a freshman pitcher to be able to hang in there and not lose focus or concentration. And he could have easily turned around and thrown it to first base and thrown a wild pitch or wild ball out there, but was able to keep himself composed and toss it over the home plate and get the final out of the inning.
Yeah, he took the path of least resistance there and just made a short little toss to Delgadillo, and it's going to be really important here that the Lions tack on a run or 2 here.
Oh, yeah, starting off, once again, another freshman, Nicholas Ojeda, the right fielder for the Lions. And swinging on the first pitch. Down towards left center is going to be over the head of the third left fielder.
So Nick's going to get a stand-up double.
And what a way to start the inning on a stand-up double by Nicholas Ojeda. And incoming is going to be the junior Gavin Gomez, the second baseman for the Lockhart Lions. He had played first base for the Lions in the previous games. Now with Gio Roque back in the lineup. Gomez moves back to second base where I'm used to seeing him. Batting in the number 8 spot. Gomez sends the first pitch back to the pitcher. They're going to try and get Ojeda at second base. They're going to catch Ojeda in a pickle. He tries to go back to second. Back and forth. And they're really having a hard time trying to get Ojeda, and they're finally going to make the tag out for the first out of the inning. But Gomez is going to make his way to second base. And he'll reach base on a fielder's choice. And that's going to bring up the pitcher, number 15, Jacob Wisnant. Definitely freshman experience getting to Ojeda right there, getting caught off a little bit far off the base paths, but great job by the pitcher, Jacob Garcia. And great job by the Highlanders to keep the ball in play. First pitch going to be low for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. 1 out. Gomez at second base. Wisnant swings at the 1-0 pitch and swings at air for strike 1. Once again, I want to welcome all you Lockhart Line fans and Highlander fans for game number 14. Here in the Lockhart Lions Varsity Baseball Tournament as the ball gets away from the catcher, and Gomez is going to advance to third base on the pass ball, and he's 90 feet away from tacking on one more run.
Wisnit could really help himself out here by putting the ball in play. 1 out, runner at third base. He just needs to get the barrel on it and put it in play, and he's got a fast man at third base, and Wisnit is the fastest guy on our team.
And that says a lot as a freshman, too. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And that was a perfect pitch to just lay the bat out there. So it's going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. On deck for the Lockhart Lions going to be number 6, Rene Delgadillo.
That'll do it.
He's going to hit a grounder to the third baseman. Turns around, tries to make the throw to first, and it will be overthrown. Gomez will score. Wisnut's going to slide into second base safely. Though he'll reach on an error. Gomez will score, and Wisnut will advance to second on the overthrow. And that'll bring up Rene Delgadillo, who led the game off with a walk and then got tagged out on a forced play at second base. And the Lions add 1 more run to the score and lead 2-0. That's going to be ball 1 to Delgadillo. Once again, Jacob Wisnut at second base, helping out his cause. Ball's going to be in the dirt. Wisnut with his speed heading over to third base and will slide in there safely.
Once again, the Lions have a runner at third base, less than 2 outs. Rene Delgadillo at the plate. He just needs to get the barrel on the ball, put it in play, and get that run home.
And Delgadillo does have some speed. I wouldn't doubt if there might be a bunt sign coming up here, Coach.
Maybe. He's been one of our better hitters. He's been really swinging the bat well.
Down to third base. They're going to try and make the throw home. And they're going to catch Wisnut out at home.
Freshman mistake. Ball hit right to the third baseman. He should have held his ground there.
That'll make it 2 outs here in the bottom half of the second inning. Delgadillo will get to first base on a fielder's choice. And stepping up to the plate is going to be R.J. Torres, who reached on a fielder's choice and then scored on a pass ball.
That's
Sends
a
a line
shot
drive to
base
right
hit.
field. just past the second baseman. Delgadillo around second. R.J. Torres on his way to second. Delgadillo rounding third, coming home. And Torres is going to be held up at second base. And a big RBI double for Torres. And the Lockhart Lions will add another run to their total as they now lead 3-0. And the Highlanders, with 2 errors so far in the ball game. Lockhart Lions pounding out 3 runs on 2 hits. Swinging on the first pitch is Ethan Bryant almost catching that left field line. Lions playing the aggressive route. Kathy Stanley chimes in, says, yay, RJ. Coming up clutch right here with a huge RBI double scoring Delgadillo. Ethan Bryant batting third, playing left field. Looking at the 0-1 pitch for strike 2. I think Ethan Bryant purposely gets the 0-2, coach. He's a solid 0-2 hitter. I do my best work with 2 strikes. But he's like you talked about earlier, he's got ice water through his veins. He's a very calm and patient batter, too. And we talked about probably during the first game where I coached Ethan Bryant in tournaments, and he would come up to me like, where do you want me to hit it to? I said, where there ain't. He's one of those that can place the ball where he has to. And there it goes, sending a grounder down to second base. Charging in, second baseman out to 1, and that'll do it as Ethan Bryant will ground out to end the inning. But not before the Lockhart Lions are able to put 2 more runs across the plate and extend their lead 3-0 against the Highlanders. I'm going to take a quick timeout to run a couple of commercial spots, and we'll be right back with some more Lockhart Lion baseball here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
Changing Faces Barbershop, Cardin since 2009. Head barber and owner Lex Jennings and staff pride themselves on being a hip urban barbershop. For shaves, not only do we hit you with our Precessional Andis trimmers, we offer a close shave and edge up with a straight razor. If you're really wanting to be pampered, let us give you one of our famous hot towel shaves. For cuts, Changing Face barbers are all top of their class and are able to pull off any style, whether it's a mohawk, classic cut, fade, taper, or design. We pride ourselves on our talent, our drive, and want to give our clients the best experience available. For all styles, from the newest trends to old school cuts, our barbers here at Changing Faces have the skills to transform your look and feel. With over 10 years of combined experience, our barbers are on the cutting edge of the barber world. Come by one of our 2 locations, 2000 West San Antonio Street in Lockhart, Texas, and 900 Bug Lane, Suite 115 in San Marcos, Texas. Or go to our website at cfbarbershop.com.
And we are back here for the top half of the 3rd inning as we're going to be heading to the top of the order. Number 2, Aiden Madoff up at the plate. This will be Aiden Madoff's second time up at the plate. He grounded out to the third baseman to lead the game off. Swinging at the first pitch down the left center field. Jackie Edwards tracking it down, and that's going to find the wall out there. Edwards scoops it up, throws it into the cutoff man, Contreras. And Madoff will reach base on a double to start the inning. And that'll bring up number 22, Charlie Wellen. And he reached base in the first inning on a hit. And that was forced out on the double play that was hit by Jacob Garcia to end the first inning. Stepping up to the plate for the second time. Whitnett turns around, looks to throw to second base. Decides to hold on to it. Wellen was looking like he was getting ready to turn around to bunt. Decided to hold back. Looks at the first pitch high for ball 1. Once again, squared around the bunt, then pulled back, and that'll be strike one. 1-1 to count. Madoff at first base with the leadoff double. Once again, squared around the bunt. We'll foul that one back towards the home dugout, and that'll make it 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And once again, this is game 14 and final game of the Lockhart Lions Varsity Baseball Tournament, as the St. Andrews Highlanders trail the Lockhart Lions 3-0 here in the top half of the 3rd inning. Breaking ball a little bit outside for ball 2. Freshman pitcher Jacob Wisnett on the mound. 2-2 the count. And that's going to be high and outside for ball 3. That'll make the count full. Three-two pitch on the way outside for ball 4. And Weldon will reach first base on a walk, and that'll put 2 runners on the base pad with nobody out. Madoff at second, Weldon at first. And that'll bring Jacob Garcia, the pitcher, to the plate for the Highlanders. His last time up to bat, hit into an ending double play. First pitch to Weldon, to Garcia is going to be swing and a miss for strike 1. One pitch going to be high for ball 1. Wisnett spins around, forcing the runner to go back to second base, and that's Madoff at second. Started the inning off with a double, stand-up double to left center field. Wellen followed up with a walk, and he's at first base. A swing and a drive to second base. And unable to hang on to it, Gomez is going to have to eat it, and the bases will be loaded as Garcia gets on base on an error. So no outs, bases loaded. Cleanup hitter number 16, Cole Nasconi, up to the plate, the center fielder. Walked in his first plate appearance. That one's going to be fouled back for strike 1. One pitch. It's going to be high and outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Some bases are loaded. Madoff at third, Wellen at second, Garcia at first. And that's going to be high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that's going to be high and inside for ball 3. Wisnett looking to find the strike zone. Swing and a miss for strike 2. The count will be full. And with nobody out, the runners will not be on the go. Swinging a drive to left center field. Madoff's going to score as well in round second, coming home. And they're going to be holding up Garcia at third. And Nasconi will get a 2 RBI double. And St. Andrews right back in the ball game, only trailing by 1 run with nobody out. And now comes Coach Honeycutt. He's going to make his way to the pitcher's mound.
So it's going to be Ethan Bryant.
And it looks like Coach is going to call it as Ethan Bryant's going to be coming up. And Jacob Wisner is going to be heading out to left field. And we're going to go and take a quick timeout as we have a pitching change right now. Your Lockhart Lions still leading 3-2 here in the top half of the third inning. We'll be right back with some more Lockhart Lion baseball here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
When confronted with a screeching halt, that's why Chayo's Paint and Body is devoted to making the repair process as smooth as possible. Data, frequent status updates, and a 24/7 customer service center to help you every step of the way. With our state-of-the-art body shop and paint facility, repairing your car is a breeze. We are fully equipped with a powerful frame-straightening bay, expansive body shop, and our semi-down, downdraft paint booth. Our automotive repair services include everything from oil changes, brake repair replacement, and suspension work to sophisticated mechanical repairs. Whatever your needs, we can offer premium service, affordable cost, and great customer service. These are just some of the differences that make Chayo's Paint and Body the best choice for your car's recovery and automotive repair.
And we are back here at Lions Field as we have a pitching change right now as Ethan Bryant will be stepping into the pitching as Jacob Wisner will go 2 innings, striking out 2. 3 walks, 1 hit batsman. 2 runs on 2 hits. Of course, 1 error on the Lockhart Lions. And Ethan Bryant will step up to the pitcher's mound with 2 runners on the base pads. That'll be Garcia at third and Asconi at second. Nasconi came up huge with the 2 RBI double. And stepping up to the plate for the second time is going to be Malcolm Burns, and he struck out his first time up at the plate. So 2 runners on the base pads. Ethan Bryant getting set to throw his first pitch.
And a formidable batter to be throwing your first pitch against.
Malcolm Burns at the plate.
And smart there by Ethan, starting him off with a curveball, not giving him the heat right away. And the wind definitely still pushing straight out into center field.
1 ball, no strikes. Swinging a drive to left field, and the score is going to come around to tie the game up. Wisner's going to boot the ball and looking to throw home. And he'll be in time. Bullet strike from left field by Wisner.
And he does a little hop, skip, and a jump out there to celebrate. I love it. And saves a run. Big time there, keeping it to within 1.
St. Andrews will tie the game up at 3 as they push 3 runs across the plate here in the top half of 3. But a great throw from Wisner from left field against the wind at that. And not just that, but a great catch and tag by Rene Delgadillo on first pitch.
And a much-needed out by the Lions as well.
Yes, first pitch to Noah Gorlick, the second baseman, is in there for ball 1. Gorlick walked his first time up at the plate. Gorlick hits a line drive towards second base, going to be scooped up by Gomez out to first for the second out of the game, or second out of the inning.
That is what an infielder looks like right there, folks. Terrible hop, kept his composure, corralled that ball, and made a great throw to first for the out.
So that's going to make it 2 outs here in the top half of the third inning. Game is tied up at 3 apiece. And stepping up to the plate is going to be Knox Matthews. And he's going to look at the first pitch ball. And standing at third base, it's Malcolm Burns, 90 feet away with the go-ahead run right now. Ethan Bryant on the mound for the Lions. And he's going to plunk one off of Matthews, and Matthews will go to base. And that'll be the second time Matthews gets plunked by the baseball. Here today, he got plunked in the first inning, or the second inning.
You might say he's the equivalent of Ethan Bryant, but on the other team. As he's experienced that himself.
3 times yesterday he got plunked by the baseball, twice last night.
That one just getting away from Ethan a little bit.
And that'll bring up number 11, Wes Albin, the shortstop. Last time he was up, struck out.
Senior Rene Delgadillo communicating with his team out there.
As you can hear the wind whipping around the crowd mic out here. First pitch to Albin is going to be low and in the dirt.
Whew. And a good throw down to third and attempt there. Close.
Yeah, 1 ball, no strikes. 2 runners on the base pads. Burns is at third. Matthews at second. Line drive right back to Ethan Bryant and slam dunks the ball.
That's how you deal with a comebacker right there. Catch it and run off the field.
Oh, yeah.
Great job by Ian Bryant coming in there in that inning and getting Lockhart out of it. Ball game tied now. Looks like we got a good one on our hands here. And we knew this St. Andrews team was not going to lay over or lay down and let the Lions run over them after the couple great games we've seen them play.
Oh, yeah, but the Highlanders do get 3 runs across the plate to tie the game up here in the top half of the third as we head to the bottom of the third inning. And when we come back, we will have Ivan Gonzalez, Jackie Edwards, and Gio Roque stepping up to the plate. And we're going to take a quick timeout, and you're watching Lockhart Lion Baseball here on the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast.
If you're in need, take your vehicle to Car Care Automotive, located at 1313 North Colorado Street in Lockhart, Texas. Owner and head mechanic Alex Juarez will give your vehicle the care it needs to get back on the road. Alex has over 30 years of mechanic work and is ASE certified. Whether your vehicle is gas or diesel, bring it to Car Care Automotive or call 512-668-4555 to schedule a visit. Mention that you heard this ad on the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast and get a free oil change with your automotive repair.
And we are back here on the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast for game number 14. And before we get started with the bottom half of the 4th inning, I do want to send a big birthday shout-out to my color commentary guy, TD. How does it feel to be a year older?
No, I've just been kind of trying to slip through this one unnoticed and hoping to be 35 again for a year, but everyone seems to keep reminding me of it. Haven't checked Facebook today. I'm sure there's probably close to 100 folks on there.
Well, I'll do you a favor. I won't send you a birthday comment.
There you go. See, sometimes I don't send them to people, but it's out of courtesy. It's not because I forget, Maybe people don't always want to get older. Thank you, Kathy Stanley, for the happy birthday. We sure appreciate it.
Go ahead, everybody flood the Facebook live comments with birthday wishes for my color commentary guy. As we got Ivan Gonzalez stepping up to the plate. And here in between batters, I want to discuss something that I'm real proud to announce here in a little bit. First pitch to Gonzalez is going to be high for ball 1.
Well, if you get too many comments on there, I'll have to comment my PayPal in there and start accepting gifts.
1 ball, no strikes. And that's going to be high for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes to Gonzalez. Swinging on the 2-0 pitch, right back up the middle to the shortstop, charging to scoop it up. And great job by the first baseman, number 22. Number 22, Charlie Wellen, being able to scoop that up out the dirt for out number 1. And I do want to give a big shout out to all you Lockhart Lions fans and Lions Pride Sports broadcast fans. It was brought to my attention by TD that we eclipsed the 2,000 likes mark yesterday afternoon. So that's a big accomplishment for myself. As Edwards steps up to the plate, looks at the first pitch outside for ball one.
And we appreciate every single one of those 2,000 likes and appreciate every single one of you that tune into not just this broadcast for baseball, but all the sports covered by Lions Pride Sports Broadcast. It just means the world to us that you folks continue to tune in and watch.
Well, yeah, and we've only been in existence for a little bit over 2 years. I believe it's 2 years and 1 month, as February 6th was the birth of Lions Pride Sports Broadcast. And, of course, during the season last year for junior varsity football, TD joined me in the broadcast booth, and he's been here ever since. I can't get rid of him. It's like the cat that showed up and fed him once because I felt sorry for him, and he stuck around. So Edwards looks at the 0-2 pitch for strike one. But, no, it's been a pleasure having you in the broadcast booth with me, TD, as well as the clutch. Rosario Rodriguez from Child's Paint and Body Shop. 2-1 pitch is going to be in the dirt for ball three.
I tell you, Sarge, it's been an absolute pleasure. And, you know, I've told a couple folks I've had so much fun broadcasting. I told my wife, I said, man, I feel like either I missed my calling or maybe didn't find it until a little later in life, but definitely get to take advantage of it now and participate in these broadcasts, and I sure appreciate it.
Oh, it's been a real treat. The feedback that we've gotten from you Lockhart Lion fans has been tremendous, and we continue to bring you the best in sports entertainment here in Lockhart, Texas, whether it's Lockhart Lion sports or athletic sports, or just like we've done this whole weekend, bringing baseball to all the other baseball teams that's been in this tournament because they haven't been able to be here because no fans are allowed in the stands.
Hey, Sarge,
yes.
I want to kind of point some out here.
Go
Jackie's
ahead.
to a full count here. Jackie is due. He's struggled a little bit in this tournament.
There it is. The line drive down the left field. Jackie Edwards is going to round second. And he's going to get on base easily on a stand-up double. And you called it, TD.
Well, when I took my break earlier, I went and visited that machine from the movie Big, and he let me know that Jackie was about to come up big. But, yeah, I mean, I just every time he's come up, we've expected that to happen. And he gives it to you a lot.
Yes.
I mean, and it's a treat because of it. And it just hadn't happened yet, but it happened right there for him, didn't it?
It did, and stepping up to the plate, Gio Roque. And just as I was talking about, we not only did it been here for Lockhart Lions sports, but throughout the tournament for the other baseball teams that had fans that couldn't make it. And we've already delved into the world of professional wrestling as Lions Pride Sports Broadcast produces the Austin Wrestling Revolution promotion, and we've done an outstanding job helping them out. And that's one Alberto Del Frito, a.k.a. Rosario Rodriguez, who's also a broadcast member for the Lions Pride Sports Broadcast and Football. And this guy, man, he's a treat to be around. You never know what's going to come out of Child's mouth, but whatever comes out, you know you got to listen to it because you don't want to miss out.
Oh, and me and him, it's like batting practice. I know how to lob it up, and he hits it over the fence.
Gio Roque quickly ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Edwards is at second base after a stand-up double.
So, Sergeant, we get a call like that. Is that like we get to hang a K on the fence for the broadcast crew when we call out a hit like that?
Yeah, we should put an H up there. Give me a permanent marker. We'll put it on the window.
Had one with Rene Delgadillo the other night where I called for a looper into right field, and he gave it to me next pitch.
All right, you must have been listening to you as Gio Roque is way up on the count. 3 balls, no strikes. Roque, his last time off the bat, reached first on an error and then was stranded at second base. Here we are in the 3rd inning, second plate appearance. And he's going to look at ball 4, very low and in the dirt.
I like that, Gio, looking at the umpire, make sure, ball right, ball. All right,
Yeah.
I'm heading down.
So Gio struck out, to end the 1st inning. And Gio Roque will reach the base, and up comes the freshman, number 9, Nicholas Ojeda. Don't say Ojeda, say Ojeda.
Had a big bang last time he was up, hitting that ball out in left center field.
And got a double out of it. But then he was tagged out.
He found himself pickled.
and comes up with another drive to center field, and the center fielder is going to make a slide and catch for out number 2.
Good job by the Lockhart runners there to keep an eye on that ball and hang tight to their bases and not create an opportunity for them to double them up.
And that's out number 2, and up comes Gavin Gomez, who hit a single his first time up at the bat in the second inning and scored on a pass ball. So Gomez looking to make something happen here with 2 outs, 2 runners on the base pad. Edwards at second, Roque at first. And should he get on base, Jacob Wisnant, who's moved to left field, is in the on-deck circle for the Lions. Looking at the first pitch, high for ball 1.
I'd say Wisnant's moved back to left field, as that's been his home for a good part of the tournament, and he sure has played well out there.
He sure has, and in the game against Hyde Park, he was the Recon Athlete Defensive Player of the game with 5 putouts. 1-0 pitch going to be high for ball 2 to Gomez. The junior second baseman for the Lockhart Lions. And that's going to be strike call on the inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. And we are here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Everything's knotted up at 3 apiece.
A go-ahead run is on second, Jackie Edwards Jr.
Swinging a miss for strike 2. And he's got the speed to score on an outfield hit. But right now, Gavin Gomez evens things up with a swing and a miss at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There's a huge gap out there in right field. Right center field, runners going. The third baseman thought the ball went out of his hand, and that'll be an error.
And, it even acknowledged, punches his glove, but also gave a little laugh there. Jackie Edwards gave him a shake, too, that kind of helped to confuse him as he went around him, and that was just amazing, really, because that inning should be over right there.
It really should be over. He could have been just leaned over and tagged Jackie.
Yeah, we've seen Jackie make more than a few guys miss in our time, that's for sure.
Bases loaded. Edwards at third base. Roque at second. Gomez at first. And Wisnant, the freshman left fielder, on the base pads, and the ball almost got away from the pitcher.
Dangerous throw there.
And Jackie Edwards kind of gave a little shake right there. Was ready to rock and roll if that ball got past the pitcher.
Thought we were going to see his patented washing machine spin that we saw so often during the football season.
1-0 pitch to Wisnant's going to be in the dirt and a bounce in front of the plate. And Wisnant's way ahead in the count, 2-0. And Wisnant with the 2-0 count in with the lead. My bet would be that Coach Honeycutt will be letting Wisnant look at this one as the pitcher's been struggling.
Probably take on this one.
2-0 pitch on the way is going to be swung on and fouled back to the backstop. And correct me if I'm wrong, he might have swung at ball 3 right there, gentlemen.
I think he did. And I thought we thought he may have the take there, but
with 2-0 pitch, that is a hitter's pitch right there, hitter's count. And that'll make the count 2 balls, 1 strike. With 2 out, bases are jacked with Lions. Low and outside, ball's going to get it past the catcher, and here comes Jackie Edwards, the go-ahead run, and all the other runners are going to advance. So that big error by the third baseman looms large right now as the Lions are able to retake the lead. Oh, yeah. It's if they get Wisnett on the base pads, he's looking at 3-1. Delgadillo, the hottest hitter on the team, is on deck, and that's something the Highlanders do not want to see. And that's going to be high outside for strike 2. That looked a little bit high and outside.
Yeah, it's getting late. He's ready to
3
get
balls,
home and
2
get some
strikes,
supper.
2 outs. And that's going to be high for ball 4. And Wisnett's going to speed over to first base on a walk.
And the bases are loaded for Rene Delgadillo coming up to bat.
I tell you what, he reached the first time up to bat on a walk, and then he got on in a second time on a fielder's choice and scored.
And we've had for some time a pretty big gap out there in right center field.
And that is a huge gap.
He's been able to find it a couple times in this tournament.
And Delgadillo looks at the first pitch, high for ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Roque at third. And a line drive to right center field. It's going to find the gap. Roque will score. Gomez is coming around third to score. And Wisnett's on his way to third base. And Delgadillo comes through in the clutch with the 2 RBI single.
It's almost automatic, isn't it? When he gets up there and that big gap is out there, he says, "Oh, thanks, I'll take it."
And
So
the
he has done it
Lockhart
over and
Lions
over.
extend their lead, doubling up. The Highlanders 6-3. Wisnett goes all the way to third base from first on the 2 RBI single by Delgadillo, and that's going to bring up R.J. Torres. He got on with the fielder's choice and scored in the first inning, and then doubled in the second inning, looking at the first pitch for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Delgadillo goes and a grounder to first base. And that's going to be fair. First baseman's going to be able to scoop it up, and that'll be it for the Lockhart Lions as R.J. Torres grounds out to the first baseman. But I tell you what, gentlemen, what an inning. A huge inning after the error allowed the inning to continue. The Lions were able to score 3 runs.
I'd expect nothing less in the last game of our tournament here, but to be an awesome game.
Oh, yeah. And that'll do it for the third inning.
You can't script it much better than that.
No, there's a lot of excitement going on here in the field right now as we're going to head over to the 4th inning, and we're going to see Reese Carter leading things off for the Highlanders, and then we're going to be heading off to the top of the order. And we're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with some more Lockhart Lion baseball here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
Do you suffer with headache or neck pain? Chisholm Trail Clinic of Chiropractic's mission is to provide hope, healing, and health to the people of Lockhart and the surrounding area through natural chiropractic care. Dr. Peterson has been voted Best Chiropractor for the last 9 years. Call Chisholm Trail Clinic of Chiropractic to begin your path to hope, healing, and health. You can find Chisholm Trail Clinic of Chiropractic at 731 South Colorado Street in Lockhart, Texas. Or you can call for an appointment at 512-668-4163. You're ready to lose weight fast to the Tim Torres page and chat with Tim. Tim has helped thousands of people all over the world in person and online through his mobile app and custom meal plans. So contact Tim Torres via Facebook and start losing weight today. Just look for Tim Torres Fitness on Facebook.
And we are back here at Lions Field to start the 4th inning as the Lockhart Lions were able to match the 3 spot the Highlanders put up in the top half of the 3rd and add 3 of their own in the bottom half to retake the lead 6-3 over the Highlanders here in game number 14 of the Lockhart Lions Varsity Baseball Tournament, as Ethan Bryan is still on the mound for the Lions. And stepping up to the plate is going to be number 23, Reese Carter, for the Highlanders. Got a couple of shout-outs. Kathy Stanley, let's go RJ, great job, Lions. fantastic job here in the bottom half of the third, but we're here in the top of the fourth. First pitch is going to be low and outside for ball one. Once again, I want to welcome all you Lockhart Lion fans and Highlander fans to Game 14, final game of the Lockhart Lion tournament. 1-0 pitch to Reese Carter is going to be high and inside for ball two. 2-0 pitch going to be swung on and missed by Reese Carter. And that's a free strike right there, as that one was in the dirt for ball three, but Reese Carter went ahead and swung. Swinging a drive towards the second baseman just over the glove. And a sharp line drive to right field, and could have been a throw over to first base. Would have probably been in time. But Reese Carter will advance to get on first base on a base hit, on a single. Alexis Camacho chimes in, proud of you, number 4. Keep up the good work. And then once again chimes in, let's go Lions. And there's going to be a courtesy runner coming in for the catcher, Reese Carter, and that's going to be number 10. And as soon as I get the correct number, I'll let you know who is doing the courtesy running. Quick pitch out there to first base. No tag attempt. And nobody out. Runner on first base. Highlanders get the leadoff batter once again on the base pads. And that's going to be ball one. That's going to be high for ball two. 2-0 the count. Reese Carter on first base with a short lead. Ground ball to the shortstop, out to 2 for 1. They're not going to be able to get the runner out at first as Gomez holds on to it, but the Lions will recur the first out. And Madoff will get to first base on a fielder's choice. And that'll be 1 out here in the top half of the fourth inning as Charlie Wellen steps up to the plate, the pitcher for the Highlanders. He got a hit in the first inning, then walked and scored in the third inning. Looking at the first pitch, ball outside. Got my father tuning in, said Pops is watching with his good luck Lions cap on. Thank you, Pops, for watching the game and supporting Lockhart Lions Sports here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. 2 balls, no strikes to the batter. And Wellen sends a drive to center field. Edwards going to get up underneath it. And that'll be 2 outs as Madoff heads back to first base. So after the Highlanders get the leadoff batter on the base pass, Lions get 2 back-to-back outs on a ground out and a fly out. Nice pitch by Ethan Bryan. Doesn't catch the inside corner, and that'll be ball 1 to Jacob Garcia, who ended the first inning on a double play, then reached first on an error and scored the 3rd run for the Highlanders. There's the breaking ball, catching the whole plate, and that'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch on the way. That's going to be in the dirt for ball 2. Great job by Delgadillo dropping down to keep that ball in front of him. Two balls, one strike, 2 outs. Runner on first base, a swing and a drive towards the shortstop, right over his head, going into right center field. The throw from the right fielder goes to the cutoff man, and that'll be a stand-up double for Garcia. And Madoff's going to make his way to third base as he's going to be held up there, while Garcia will be credited for a stand-up double with a line drive shot to right center field. And that'll bring up number 16, Cole Nasconi, up to the plate. He walked and then doubled in his first 2 plate appearances, and he's stepping up with 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs here in the top half of the 4th inning in game number 14 of the Lockhart Lions Varsity Baseball Tournament, and game number 14 on the broadcast here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. The 0-1 pitch going to be called strike right down the middle. Nice curveball. It'll be 0-2 to Nasconi. 0-2 pitch on the way. Bryant looking to sneak that curveball in through the back door. Ball didn't have the break that he wanted. A 1-2 pitch. Trying to sneak that curveball in the back door once again. That's going to be a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on the base pads. Fastball right down the middle, and Ethan Bryant will record his first strikeout of the game. And that'll end the threat here in the top half of the 4th inning as the Highlanders leave 2 stranded, no runs, and the Lockhart Lions will be heading to the bottom of the 4th inning with Ethan Bryant coming up to the plate, followed by Ivan Gonzalez and Jackie Edwards Jr. And we're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with some more Lockhart Lion baseball here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
Hazlet are proud supporters of the community by sponsoring youth league programs, T-Ball Express, Boys Junior League, Boys Coach Pitch, and Girls Coach Pitch teams. Established in 1978 by George Hazlet, Hazlet Drilling Incorporated was formed to provide quality water drilling service to farms and surrounding ranches. As the company grew, so did the spectrum of services to meet the growing needs of dedicated customers. Today, Hazlet Drilling is the leading water well, oil, and gas drilling company, known for quality work and one-on-one customer service. Hazlet Drilling and Supply is located at 915 Old McMahon Road in Lockhart, Texas, or you can call 512-398-6682. If you're ready to lose weight fast, reach out to the Tim Torres Fitness Facebook page and chat with Tim. Tim has helped thousands of people all over the world in person and online through his mobile app and custom meal plans. So contact Tim Torres via Facebook and start losing weight today. Just look for Tim Torres Fitness on Facebook.
And we are back here for the bottom half of the 4th inning. I want to give a couple of quick shout-outs. One for Big John Castillo. He brought us breakfast tacos on day 1, and they really hit the spot. And during day 2, I want to give a shout-out to Glenda's Delivery Service as they were right on the spot to deliver some KFC chicken for day 2 that was pretty much gobbled up by over here Coach Hole and my son. And I think I was left with bones and crumbs from the from the French fries. But want to give them a big shout out for their support and bringing us some lunch and breakfast. As we get back to the action, Ethan Bryant's going to be stepping up to the plate to lead off the bottom half of the 4th inning as the Lockhart Lions still lead 6-3 here in game number 14 and final game of the Lockhart Lions Varsity Baseball Tournament. Here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. Swinging on the first pitch. Going to be down the left field and way foul. And Bryant taking that one for a ride. And that'll make the count. Oh, no balls, 1 strike to Bryant. Swinging on the 0-1 pitch. And Bryant finds himself once again in his comfort zone. No balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, you like that, huh?
Yeah, it seems like every time you mention that, it's 0-2.
He's been to a 2-strike count each of his plate appearances. It'll be 3 in a row. And he looks at the 0-2 pitch. Of course, in the first inning, he took the count to full. And then in the second inning, he was at 0-2 before grounding out to the second baseman. And here we are, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom half of the 4th. And Bryant's going to get caught looking this time, and that'll be strikeout number 1 for Jordan Garcia. And after last night's performance on the Lions getting struck out 11 times, this is the first strikeout handed to the Lockhart Lions here tonight. As we get set up, as Ivan Gonzalez steps up to the plate, looks at the first pitch for strike 1. Swing at the 0-1. And Gonzalez finds himself 0-2. So far, Jacob Garcia on point. 5 pitches, and 4 of them have been for strikes.
He's really found his slot with that curveball. He just froze Ivan with a good curveball, and after he just got a called strike 3 on Ethan Bryant.
And that's going to bring Jackie Edwards up to the plate. Edwards reached in the first inning on an error and then hit a double and scored in that wild 3rd inning. And he doubled, and it was a called double shot by T.D. Tom Dunn, who, with the excitement of the game, is out walking it off outside right now. He'll be back here in a few minutes. As Edwards looks at the first pitch, ball high. Swinging at the 0-1 down to the third baseman, and third baseman's not going to be able to field it cleanly. And Edwards will reach base, and we're going to call that an error. We'll take it either way, and Gio Roque will come up to the plate. He struck out in the first inning, walked into third, and scored. Edwards, Roque, and Gomez scored in that wild 3rd inning that saw the Lions score 3 runs with 2 outs. And the inning was only extended because of an error at third base. And that's been the big difference so far here in the game. Roque looking at the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. And Coach Ho, this Monday we got a doubleheader game with a JV varsity doubleheader. We'll talk about that before the top of at the end of this inning. Pick off a temp out to first base, and they're not going to catch Edwards out there.
Here's a 2-0 to Roque. He should get a swing at this one.
And there he does. And it's going to be
Fouls
fouled towards the right side and out of play.
He got a fastball down the middle and was just late. I think this is probably Giovanni's first at bat since last year. He was in basketball, so he wasn't there for any of the scrimmages, and he.
Of course, the Lockhart Lions basketball team went to the playoffs for the first time in 21 years, so he had to spend a lot of time with the basketball team to get them prepared for their playoff game. Edwards steals. The throw down to second will not be in time. And Edwards slowed down to try and make it a little bit more challenging on the throw.
That was a called strike on Roque as Jackie Edwards Jr. stole second.
So that'll make the count. I believe it's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes. I got it on the
2-2.
2-2. Okay. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Roque. And welcome back to the broadcast booth. TD Tom Dunn, how was your little stroll in the park?
It was good. I went sniffing around the bullpen, see what we got going, and may see a pitching change soon for St. Andrews. They got number 7, Mark Greenberg.
Jackie's safe
warming
at
up.
third base.
And that is very close.
Unbelievable.
So number 7, Mark Greenberg, is in the bullpen warming up for St. Andrews.
So Gio is going to be looking at a full count.
And Jackie Edwards stealing around.
He's got 2-2.
It's 2-2, okay. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's a little
2
hard
outs.
to tell. The umpire's got 2 fingers taped together. He does. I saw that when I was on the walk.
Do you mean to put 2 up or 1 up?
Yeah. He's still doing it, though. He's still doing a good job of representing it.
2-2 pitch on the way is going to be swung on and fouled back behind, almost behind the backstop. And that'll bounce back to the catcher.
He's got a few fingers to spare when showing the count.
So what's the mood out there, TD? How's everybody doing outside?
Well, everyone's happy. It is an awesome last game.
It sure is. 2
And
balls,
anytime
2
the home
strikes.
team's up, you're going to be smiling,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah, they're up 6-3. We're talking about that wild third inning the Lions had on their bottom half of the third inning where they scored 3 runs on that error after that error committed by the third baseman.
It would sure be nice to get one more here. We know St. Andrews can definitely score.
And that's going to be inside, and that'll make the count full.
I don't know if there's any such thing as a comfortable lead with what we've seen from some of the games today. But I'd like for it to be a little more comfortable than 3, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, and I tell you what, St. Andrews had a 4-run lead going into that bottom half of the 5th inning against Bastrop, and Bastrop came back, scratching and clawing. Scratching and clawing and storming back, and ended up winning 10-9 in that game, scoring 5 in the bottom half of the 5th inning, and, of course, almost a home run to end the game, but it bounced off the fence and had a runner that scored from second to end the game. 3-2 pitch on the way is going to be swung on and fouled back, and Roque will stay battling with Jacob Garcia. And Jacob Garcia so far with 2 strikeouts. And the Lions see 2 back-to-back strikeouts here in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
And Gio doing a lot of talking to himself down there, going, come on,
Yeah,
you got this.
This pitcher struck out. He struck out Ivan and Ethan Bryant both with just really nasty curveballs, and I'll look for him to throw one to Gio right here. Fastball
right
3.
down the middle. And that's going to do it for the bottom half of the 3rd inning, or the 4th inning.
And they leave Jackie stranded on base, and still 3-run lead for the Lions. But this game definitely not over. Like Ethan Bryan will continue to be on the mound for the Lions.
And he's done a great job, too. He has 1 strikeout, and that was the strikeout that he struck out Cole Nasconi to end the top half of the 4th inning as we head over to the 5th. And I want to remind all you Lockhart Lion fans, on Monday, March 1st, we are going to be back here at Lions Field for a doubleheader, a JV varsity doubleheader here at Lions Field. And JV is going to be playing at 4:30 as they're going to be going up against Smithville. And at 7 p.m., the Lockhart Lions varsity squad will take on the varsity squad of Smithville as well. And Coach Hall, we had a look at Smithville in one of the scrimmages that we had, which was also a doubleheader. JV and the varsity traveled to Smithville, and we were there to broadcast that. What was your take on Smithville during the scrimmage game that you're going to look into? What do you expect in the game coming up on Monday?
I think that when we scrimmaged Smithville, it was probably it was real early for both teams, and so we were all both just trying to get a lot of guys in there and get them some at-bats and get them a look, let your pitchers throw a little bit. I thought we matched up very well, very similar with Smithville, and I think that they will be a great challenge for us. I think the kids are real excited to play here at home.
Yes. And this will also be the first game for the junior varsity that will be broadcasted right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast. And I believe we have about 8 games on the schedule for them So it's going to be interesting to see the future of Lockhart Lion baseball.
Yeah, we
Coach
have.
Schultz, who's in Lockhart's district this year when we get to district play? Who's our district opponents?
I think it's the Austin schools. It's Austin Anderson, McCallum, Austin Navarro, Austin
Travis?
I don't think there's a Travis anymore. I don't think they call it Travis.
Okay.
I think it's called Austin Lassa or something like that.
Yeah, LaSalle. There you go.
So there's those teams and
Malcolm Burns with the chopper to third base. It's going to be scooped up by Torres out to first, and first out of the inning will be at the hands of Malcolm Burns.
boy, that's a great start. One pitch, one out.
And to my pleasure, Lockhart completes the around the horn this time without the ball getting away from him. Taking it a little slower.
You know, the infield play tonight's been much improved. You know, there was a couple of plays by RJ that were nice. They turned a double play. Gavin's done a great job at second base, highlighted by the play he made that saved a run earlier on a really bad, nasty hop that he fielded cleanly and threw the guy out at first. Ethan Bryant's come in relief for Wisnett. Wisnett got him through the first 3 innings, tied 3-3, and Ethan's come in and shut him down and just throwing strikes. He's just dealing.
Oh, yeah, up to bat is number 8, Noah Gerlich. And it's a 1-1 count. And that's going to take the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. And great job.
there.
Yeah, great job by R.J. Garcia. He had started the season off at shortstop and came into a little bit of trouble with some errors. Got moved to right field. Now he's back to third base and doing a great job tonight for the Lockhart Lions defensively. 2-2 pitch going to be fouled back into the glove of Rene Delgadillo for strike 2. And count is evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball for strike 3. And that'll be Ethan Bryant's second strikeout. And what a beautiful curve, Coach.
That was a great pitch right there. He had him set up for that, and he threw it, and it just buckled his knees and right across the heart of the plate for strike 3.
And that'll bring up number 3, Knox Matthews, the right fielder. He's been hit by the pitch twice, once by Wisnett and the second time by Ethan Bryant.
And I want to point out we've got about 15 minutes left in the time limit for this game, as it did start on time at 4:30. And so we will definitely not see the 7th inning in this game, as we've had a couple innings that really lasted a long time with Lockhart running through there in the third inning.
That third inning probably took about 45 minutes itself.
Both teams scoring 3 in the third inning. The difference in the game, Lockhart scoring 1 in the first and 2 in the second. That's what's really put them ahead.
1-1 pitch going to be fouled back for strike 2. And once again, Ethan Bryant finds himself ahead in the count. And if there's anything you'd like to see Ethan with 2 strikes, and that's on the pitcher's mound. And so far, he's taken both batters to 2 strike counts.
And that's something we've talked about throughout the tournament, starting off, strong against your batter and not falling behind. But, I mean, with these Lockhart pitchers, even when they've fallen behind, they've managed to claw their way back each and every time.
Oh, yeah, great job by Rene Delgadillo as Ethan Bryant tried to get him swinging on the curveball away. And we'll probably see a curveball on the inside portion unless Ethan Bryant's going to change it up with the fastball. And there comes that fastball swing, and it's going to be fouled back off the bat of the batter, and count will still remain 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And we saw Landon throw some real nasty curveballs the other day, and when I was
curve.
out there watching in the bullpen, the guy they've got out there, Mark Greenberg, he's got a curveball that breaks just like Landon. So kind of hoping we may not see him, but I have a feeling we just might.
2-2 pitch going to be in the dirt, and the count will be full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on the base pads. Ethan Bryant on the mound looking to record his second strikeout of the inning, 3rd of the game. Pitch is on the way. Swing and a miss, and there we go.
Great job, Ethan.
2
Coming in
Ks.
relief.
Yeah, 2 Ks here in the top half of the 5th inning. And Ethan Bryant does it once again. And that'll end the 5th inning for the Highlanders. As we get ready to head over to the bottom of the 5th inning. And Nicholas Ojeda, Gavin Gomez, and Wisnett will be coming up to bat. And we're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with some more Lockhart Lion baseball right here on the Lions Pride Sports broadcast.
When confronted with an auto accident, life can't come to a screeching halt. That's why Chayos Paint and Body is devoted to making the repair process as smooth as possible with their state-of-the-art technology, frequent status updates, and a 24/7 customer service center to help you every step of the way. With our state-of-the-art body shop and paint facility, repairing your car is a breeze. We are fully equipped with a powerful frame straightening bay, expansive body shop, and our semi-down downdraft paint booth. Our automotive repair services include everything from oil changes, brake repair replacement, and suspension work to sophisticated mechanical repairs. Whatever your needs, we can offer premium service, affordable cost, and great customer service. These are just some of the differences that make Chayos Paint and Body the best choice for your car's recovery and automotive repair.
All right, and we're back, and it's still tripping out. Somebody put up a mad face up on there on the screen, but that's all right. Lockhart Lions head off into the bottom half of the fifth inning as we're going to have Nicholas Ojeda, Gavin Gomez, Jacob Wisnett, and should we get to the fourth batter in the lineup, that'll be the top of the order with Rene Delgadillo.
Well, I could have posted a few mad faces last night as Lockhart was getting handled by that pitcher from Bastrop.
Oh, man. As we get ready, and the freshman Nicholas Ojeda steps up to the plate. He flew out to center field his first time up at the plate.
The second time up, he hit a double, and I think last time up.
The first time he hit a double. Second time he flew out to center field. There we go.
Yeah, that double was a big one.
It sure was. Swinging a drive down the first base, and the first baseman reaching his glove up, and Smalls just hold your hand up and makes the catch. And the out number one here in the bottom half of the fifth.
I like that, though, tacking the first ball and getting a piece of it. Quick reaction there by the first baseman. Just like you said, stick your glove up, landed right in it.
A great job by Charlie Wellen to make the catch and the out for out number one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gavin Gomez on the mound at the plate, looking at the 1-0 pitch for strike one. And Coach Hull was talking about it. St. Andrews was not playing around in the between innings as we were coming down to the time limit here in about 11 minutes. Swinging a foul, and that'll make the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. As the Highlanders are trying to get out of this inning in a hurry to give them a chance, one more chance to bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes on a swing to left center field, and that's going to get over the left fielder's head, and that's going to take a 2-bounce roll to the fence, and Gomez is going to round first on his way to second for a stand-up double. And that's going to bring up the freshman, the left fielder, Jacob Wisnett, who reached first on an error and then walked in the third inning.
He started off the game pitching, pitched a few innings, went out to right field where he gunned someone down at home with an awesome throw from right field to the tag by Rene Delgadillo.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And Jacob Wisnett went 3 innings, struck out 2, 3 walks, 1 hit batsman.
Kind of seems like no matter where Jacob's at on the field, he's making his presence known.
And he's just a freshman, so I look forward to seeing this young man for the next 3 years here in the Lions uniform. So 1-0 count to Wisnett, and fouls that one back to the backstop.
Coach and I both had high hopes that one was headed down the right field line. We both said, there it goes. Oh, it's foul.
With only 1 out, Gomez at second base. And Gomez, both his plate appearances, he singled to reach on an error and scored both times. So Gomez looking for the hat trick as Wisnett looks at the 1-1 pitch for ball 2. 2-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a miss for strike 2.
Don't look now, but Rene Delgadillo's on deck.
Oh, yeah. Rene Delgadillo licking his chops as he is in the on-deck circle. Swinging a foul ball as Wisnett fights off the curveball.
Just getting enough of it. That's all it takes.
And
Just a
that's all
little
it takes
touch.
when you have 2 strikes on you. So great job by the freshman to stay in there. Runner goes. Gomez going to third base, and will have to go back. Got a big jump at second base, too. Fortunately for us, we do not have the pitcher that was on the mound in the last game that had some great pickoff moves towards second base.
I don't know. Have we seen any attempted pickoffs from this pitcher?
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. A swing and a foul back away out of play, and Wisnant up there bent like he's a senior. And, fighting off breaking ball after breaking ball and staying in there.
Cue up Staying Alive for the next song in between innings, because Wisnant certainly is staying alive in there.
Might have to call him John Travolta. Jacob John Wisnant. And once again, the umpire is going to take one off the chest. And
I don't think that was the chest.
yeah, it's going to take a timeout.
He took that one a little low, and he's going to take a minute to breathe and recover from that one.
You're like, he's going to go tell the other umpire, hey, you get back there.
Whew, I feel for
Oh,
it.
they might be thinking about catcher interference, if I'm correct. Either that or the field umpire is checking to make sure the umpire's doing okay.
Yeah, he just did.
He went up to the other umpire. Umpire, what's today?
That one.
What time is it?
I felt that one in my stomach just a little bit.
Where you at?
Yeah. How many fingers am I holding
Yeah.
up? I don't know. They're taped together.
2 balls, 2 strikes once again to Wisnant. 1 out.
And there's the first, glance at maybe a pickoff move. Whew.
And Wisnant's looking at the strike 3
Gomez
for
getting
out number 2.
Gomez getting braver and braver out there, getting further and further off the base. He's really got to be careful. That second
And
baseman's
that brings
gonna
up
sneak
Delgadillo for his 4th time up to bat. He walked his first time, reached on the fielder's choice and scored, and singled in the 3rd inning. And we see him here in the 5th inning, looking at the first pitch, ball outside. And we were about 6 minutes away from hitting the time limit. But with 2 outs, Delgadillo needs to get on base. And he's looking at the 1-0 pitch low and in the dirt.
Tell you what,
for ball 2.
watching his warm-up swing, doesn't look like he's thinking about poking one out in right field. Looks like he'd like to pull one down that left field line.
And 3-0.
That pitch would be a strike if Shaquille O'Neal was batting.
Oh, can you imagine how the bat would look in his hand? It looked like a T-ball bat in our hands. And the 3-1 pitch going to be called strike right down the middle.
He's a little bit hesitant to come in there with the fastball.
3-1 pitch on the way. That's going to be high for ball 4, and Delgadillo is going to get to first base on a walk.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right on that one, Coach. Almost all curveballs to Delgadillo. The one fastball way outside or way high.
And one of the things that a lot of coaches want to look at, it's not just about the batting average, it's the on-base percentage. And so far, Delgadillo has reached base all 4 times.
That's all he does. He comes up and he gets on base and then scores.
Just like Chris Carter, who all he does is score a touchdown. Delgadillo, all he does is get on base. A swing and a drive down the right side, and that's going to go foul and out of play.
Ooh, did he get it? He got it. He got it.
He made the out.
An incredible catch there
nice catch by the first baseman.
And
that's Charlie Weldon.
He
And that's going to extend the game 1 more inning.
Definitely found the chain link at the end of that one. Good catch.
And the umpires are talking about it. I don't know if the umpire is going to want to stick out there and maybe get hit in the chest one more time, but
4 minutes left on the time clock. We'll see if they let it go through.
Yeah, Ethan Bryant's going to come out onto the field.
It looks like Ethan's going to have to get 3 more outs.
Yes. And Ethan struck out 2 in the top half of the 5th inning, and this is probably going to do it if the Lockhart Lions could get out of here without giving up 3 runs or more here in the top half of the 5th inning. That's going to do it. as we've already going to hit our time limit here in about 3.5 minutes. But, gentlemen, what a great ball game today. You know, Lions only give up one error, and when we talked about previous games, you know, Lockhart should be 3-1 going into this game. And it's been the error bug that's really gotten them.
I do think we're missing actually 2 up there from earlier in the game. We did have to do a scoreboard reset at one point, and then there were 2 errors on the board. So
I see one on the board. But other than that, you know, great job defensively by the Lockhart Lions. And, you know, Jacob Wisnut found himself in a little bit of trouble in the third and second inning, was able to get out of that. And Ethan Bryant coming into the third inning finds himself in a little bit of trouble with the Highlander scoring 3 runs in that inning, but he's able to get out of that inning and come back in the fourth inning. And, you know, superb pitching performance by Ethan Bryant, and ending that top half of the fifth inning with 2 back-to-back strikeouts to give him 3 in the game. You add the 2 that Wisnant has, and that's 5 total strikeouts. And on the scoreboard, they've only given up between the both of them 3 runs on 4 hits. And the big difference is the 4 errors committed by the Highlanders as we get back to the top portion of the 6th inning.
I do like this situation because Ethan's still fresh. He knows he only needs 3 outs, and he can really put the hammer down here and burn it in there.
Oh, yeah, batting for the Highlanders, swinging at the first pitch is going to be Wes Albin. And he has struck out and lined out to first base in this game. And right away, he's looking at an 0-1 count. And that one's going to be flying out towards the right side. The second baseman Gomez calling everybody off, and he'll make the catch for out number 1.
Gomez eating everything up that's come his way in this game this evening.
And he's done a great job ever since he bobbled that one that could have been a double play that, you know, the Highlanders were able to get 3 runs off of that error. But he's come back strong with a hot shot grounder towards him, and now he picks up makes the catch for out number 1 here in the top half of the 6th inning. First pitch to Reese Carter is going to be down in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out here in the top half of the 6th. Bryant with the delivery. That's going to be a little bit high for ball 2. And you said plenty of room for Ethan Bryant to relax in there and just throw what he has. And right away he goes 3-0 to the batter. But still no room, no time to be panicking right now as Lockhart Lions do have a 3-run lead. But they like to get out of this game without giving up any more runs. And Ethan Bryant back in the count 3-0. And that's going to be right in there for strike 1. Reese Carter up at the plate. He's grounded out to the pitcher on a line drive back to the pitcher. And then reached on a hit in the 4th inning. Great pitch by Ethan Bryant coming back. 3-2 to count. And I can see Ethan Bryant throwing that curveball. He's real confident and has been placing it well. And throw the fastball in the dirt for ball 4. And Reese Carter will reach first base on a walk. And that'll bring up the top of the order, number 2, Aiden Madoff, who's grounded out to 5th, doubled and scored in the 3rd, and reached on base on a fielder's choice in the 4th inning.
And we'll see Contreras and Gomez back up into the double play depth. Be looking to turn 2 and end this ball game.
And we're going to have a courtesy runner coming into the game. And that looks like number 13, Sam Suter. First pitch swinging to Madoff. That's going to be strike 1. Fouls it back to the backstop. Camacho Alex Vanessa says, "Let's go, Ethan. You got this, Bubba." And he's had it all afternoon for this game. Ever since he's come in for relief for Jacob Wisnant, striking out 3. 0-1 to the batter. High curveball.
Just a little bit high. It sure looked pretty, though, didn't it?
It sure did. And that'll make the count 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Reese Carter at first base after getting walked. Talking about a curveball. And right in there for strike 2. And I tell you what, Aiden Madoff looked like he was ready to take that one off the left arm.
Well, and Ethan knew after that previous one missing that he just needed a little adjustment to bring it in. He did just that.
And curveball on the outside, trying to get Madoff to chase after it. Great job by Madoff to lay off of that one. And that'll make the count 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out.
On 4 straight curveballs here.
Yeah. Ethan Bryan looking to record his 4th strikeout. 2-2 pitch on the way, and that's going to be outside, and we'll have to wait for the next pitch. And that'll make the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
The last 2 batters taking Bryant to a full count.
A lot of chatter coming from the Highlander dugout. Swing and a miss for strikeout number 4 and out number 2.
You can see the Lockhart players are so anxious for this one to be over. There was at least 3 of them there that for that split second they were like, is that 3? And they kind of made that hop towards the dugout and said, oh, we got 1 more to go.
And up to bat's going to be number 2, Charlie Wellen. The first baseman has played terrifically on the field, has got on single in the first, walked and scored in the second. Ground ball to R.J. Torres, fields it nicely out to first base, and Roque will touch the base. And that'll do it, the 3rd out of the game. And the Lockhart Lions are going to come out victorious and finish the tournament 2-3. You're going to finish the tournament 2-3. And, man, what an outstanding game. And, gentlemen, Coach Hull, your take on this game is, it wasn't a complete game, but the defense was able to hold on when they needed to. And, of course, clutch hits came into factor during the game. So give us your take.
I think that when they put RJ at third and Contreras at short and Gomez at second, that solidified the infield. I thought that all those guys did a great job tonight. They were solid. They got the outs that they should get. It's a lot easier to pitch when you know that the guys behind you are going to pick it up and throw people out. I thought some timely hitting tonight, some good, really solid at bats. I didn't think we were anxious at the plate. We didn't, expand our strike zone. And this is the type of baseball this team's capable of playing.
Yes.
At the beginning of the year, I thought there was a lot of question marks about our pitching. I don't think our pitching is going to be as big a problem as I thought it was. I think our pitching's way better than we gave it credit for. I didn't think that we were going to have as many problems fielding the ball, and that seems to have started taking steps toward getting corrected. If we get those 2 things going together and get the bats going, we're going to be pretty tough to beat.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, TD, your take?
Yeah, absolutely. Not only
Thank you, Coach.
Did the guys play great in this game, but we also saw there's still some room for improvement here and there where guys that sometimes – are much more productive, weren't as productive, and some other guys definitely stepped up to fill those gaps. And but the biggest takeaway here is Lockhart is clutch. These guys can really step up when it counts. Rene Delgadillo stepping up big with a big hit when they needed it. Jackie Edwards Jr. stepping up with a big hit when they needed it. And so not just the ability to win games, but the ability to perform under pressure and deliver in that moment when it counts is the biggest takeaway that I take away from this is this team is clutch, Sarge.
Oh, it is. And, clutch like Chavo Rodriguez would say. And, there was no cheap chips in this ball game.
There sure
was. Of course, we had 2 great pitchers that battled it out against the Highlanders. And, give credit to Jacob Garcia of the Highlanders, too. He came out pretty good and did a great job for the Lockhart Lions. For the Highlanders pitching, it just, 4 errors in the game for the Highlanders is what did them in. And, big props to the Highlanders. They come in, they lose a tough one to Bastrop, and they come in, they fight strong to the very end also against Lockhart, but Lockhart comes out victorious and finishes the tournament 2-3. But more importantly, there are 3-3 in the season so far, and we look forward to seeing the Lions back on the diamond on Monday night at 7 p.m. for the varsity game versus Smithville. But before that, we're going to have the 4:30 game, the Lockhart Lions junior varsity squad against the junior varsity squad of the Smithville Tigers. But tonight, here on the Recon Athlete postgame show, we give you the Recon Athlete players of the game. And starting off, I'm going to go and do the offensive players of the game. The Recon Athlete offensive player of the game is going to go to Rene Delgadillo and Gavin Gomez, and they came up clutch big time today. here in game number 14 of the Lockhart Lions Varsity Baseball Tournament, and especially Delgadillo getting on base 4 times, and Gavin Gomez going 2 for 2, reaching base 3 times, one of them on an error, scoring twice. And Rene Delgadillo and Gavin Gomez going to be your Recon Athlete Offensive Player of the Games. I'm going to kick it over to TD, and he's going to let you know who the Recon Athlete Defensive Players of the game are.
Well, that's our 2 guys that we saw on the mound. Jacob Wisnett as a freshman. Guys, you got to remember that this kid is 15 years old out here playing with a lot of kids that are 18. So coming out as a freshman and playing, not like a freshman.
Right.
We saw him not just when he pitched, although he did pitch great. We saw him fouling off curveball after curveball after curveball. Just incredible play from such a young kid. So he's going to be our first defensive player in the game. And the second one is going to be Ethan Bryant coming in relief and just really throwing a lot of strikes. Very few balls. Couple batters there at the end got to 3-2. But overall, Ethan Bryant just coming out with a workmanlike performance and really like a true closer.
Yes.
He really came in. He threw like a closer, and he continued to throw heat in that nasty curve right to the end. But tell you what, Sarge, I am excited about Lockhart Lions baseball and the future of baseball for the Lockhart Lions, not just for this year, but for the next several years to come, as this is a young team, and I think they've just barely begun to scratch the surface of their potential, and I'm looking greatly forward to seeing a lot more baseball games this year and a lot more wins from the Lockhart Lions.
And I do want to give an honorable mention to R.J. Torres. He struggled a little bit at shortstop, got moved to right field, and came back into the infield to third base and had 3 great outs that he made in the first inning, going into the 4th inning, and then to throw the last out of the game. Great job by R.J. Torres by coming back and making some strong throws and some great plays, as well as Gavin Gomez on the defensive side of things. And Gomez did it on the offensive side, so congratulations to all 4 Lions, Bryant, Wisnett, Delgadillo, and Gomez, for being named the Recon Athlete Players of the Game. And Tom, man, this puts a big stamp on a 3-day weekend for me, 14 games. And I want to thank you for coming on board and helping out with the games that you did to help save my voice for this big game. And as well as my wife, she was here. She's back here cleaning up right now as she did an outstanding job on the Kent Riddle property scoreboard. And we're going to be back here on Monday night once again. And wow, I look forward to that game.
Oh, what a great birthday gift the Lions gave me tonight with a big win. Greatly appreciate it. Looking to go home. Instead of celebrate, I think I'll be asleep within about an hour.
I'm going to go to the store and get some stuff. I'm going to be barbecuing some fajitas and watching me some UFC fights tonight.
I'll probably be watching the UFC fights as well, but probably through one open eye.
I'm going to try and keep both eyes open. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to fall asleep before the main event. But that's going to do it for us here tonight at Lionsfield as the Lockhart Lions complete. Not a perfect game, but complete the game 14 with a victory 6-3. And what a fitting end to a 3-day weekend of Lockhart Lions Varsity Baseball Tournament here in Lockhart, Texas. And game number 14 is in the books, and we are done here tonight. One more quick shout out. Thank you for broadcasting. Also a way to go Lions. And thank you, Alexis Camacho. And man, it was my treat to bring you all the live action here on the Lions Power Sports broadcast, especially for tonight's final game. And that's going to do it for us here at Lionsfield. And we'll be back Monday at 4:30 p.m. and at 7 p.m. for a doubleheader of games against the Smithville Junior Varsity Tigers and the Varsity Tigers. And, man, I'm ready to go. Any last words, Tom?
Nope. I'm just absolutely happy that we got to do this tournament, and I look forward to many more games this year.
Oh, yeah, and that's going to do it. And like I always say, you could take the lion out of Lockhart, but you can never take the heart out of Lockhart. Go Lions.
Thank you for listening to tonight's Lions Pride Sports broadcast. And remember, you can take the lion out of Lockhart, but you can never take the heart out of Lockhart. Go Lions!